Leon Zylberman. Mr. Zylberman, you were talking about the friend that you made in the hospital in Sachsenhausen.
Yes. When I met him, I felt that I have to help that man as much as possible. After a while, after I got more soup, then I got some bread. And of course, came the time closer, that the Russians came closer, until April the 21st.
Excuse me, I just want to take you back about that man. Where did he come from? The man in the hospital, where did he come from?
He came from a different, from where he came, I don't know. He was a Jew in Ravensbrück, and they sent him over to Sachsenhausen.
And what happened to him in Ravensbrück?
He had trouble with the leg. He had a trouble. His leg was on gangrene. They had to amputate his leg.
How did it get gangrene?
They Gestapo took him to this. The doctor ordered them to take him down to Sachsenhausen because mother doctors here. Then they had him around.
Was he hit with a bullet?
There was a bullet, yeah. Bullet. It made he couldn't get any help right away, so it became a gangrene.
Yeah.
So they had to amputate him. When he got him down there, of course, he was there until 21st of April, 1945. There was the order, they have to move out.
Did you ever have any contact with that man again?
Yes, after the war. Anyway, I had that time, before the 21st of April, the Swedish Red Cross got in contact with the Swiss government, I mean the neutral, and to try to give us some packages. Became American, for America came Red Cross packages, packed up all the nourishing people need to help them to get the help. And at that time, before the 21st, they had a warehouse in Sachsenhausen, and all the packages went down to the warehouse. The 21st of April was a little chaos. There was a lot of them with us, of the Zigeuner gypsies. They broke open that warehouse and they stole some of the packages. I was also the one, I didn't sleep. I took a package that time, and I took the package, opened the package, and put all the stuff inside my pockets. My friend, which I told you before he came from, he was my father's friend, which we were kept together in the Sachsenhausen until he came to the United States. He died here.
What was his name?
He was named Yankelevich.
Where was he from?
He was like a brother to me.
Where was he from?
He was from Grodno. He came, his family lived here, they all died already. He was the one supposed to come before me to the United States, but he came later. Yeah, another story, I have a lot of stories to talk about him. So anyway, he got the package. He didn't take it apart. He took the package on the back and had that. Another guy comes in the back, cut open, took it, became an empty box. I said, how could you do that? Anyway, I had this package, and we had to walk. They made an appeal. Everybody who can walk, we walk. We're going to walk. They took the wagons, and we had to push the wagon. They took all the proviant, all the food on the wagon. We had to walk behind, keep on pushing. And we were walking. There was all around us with the machine gun. Anybody could stood behind, couldn't walk, a bullet. And we walked there from the 21st of April. Every day, 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers. Walk like this here. Anybody was running away to get a potato from the field, a bullet over there. Anybody could walk. And we see the end is almost here. How the hell could you still kill it? You saw the end. Till we came down the Haven, a small town there. And behind the Russians, the shooting with the high guns, we saw right, we feed them. And we walked. We came to a small town early in the morning, about before it started daylight. Daylight came up, and we couldn't walk. We sit down there, and there was a a Kneipe, a saloon. They broke up the saloon. The SS, they saw that this time has come that he might jump on them. They got out some wine, vodka, something. He gave us something to get us drunk. At that time, I don't know, I was so stupid. I kept cussing on them, tossing on them. You know, I felt it. And I saw early in the morning, first thing I saw, the USS was far away, hard I could see him. They had the smooth dogs that killed the dogs against the tree. And I see the time they're ready already to run away or something. And they opened the shank and I was rushing. And then the SS was behind it here. First thing I saw, an American soldier on a horse. The picture is American soldier on a horse. I couldn't speak a word English. And I was sitting down, laying down, sitting down, there was a group around there, and the Gestapo, the SS was taking around there, and the army, the Wehrmacht, was going giving himself up to the American government. And he had the guns on top of them, and that soldier with his horse jumped on them, kicked them, clawed the John. Then I understood. They put the guns down. They were walking without the guns anymore. Next morning, they took us from. I was that time. The Russians came closer here, and I was sitting on a neutral zone.
What date was that?
May, I was in there, April the 21st, we walked till about May the 1st. May the 1st. So the Americans took us on the neutral zone, me, my Yankelevich, and another friend, which lives right now in Detroit. Another one was also, but has died already.
What's the name of the one in Detroit?
And we didn't know what to do.
What's the name of the friend in Detroit?
The place?
The friend in Detroit, what's his name?
Abend. He lives, I hope, I haven't seen him for so many years, I don't know, I hope he's around. Then one of them was Friedman for that. Abend, Yankelevich, me, we kept ourselves together. And we sit on the neutral zone, and we try to find out what do we do here. American comes over, America, Russia, which way do you want it? But I didn't speak about English, I speak Russian, so I went on the Russian side. The Russians took me over, and I felt like I felt with some friends, I had somebody. And they kept us with us in very good condition. Naturally, they gave us but didn't have any food, and they had vodka, and I was drinking vodka every morning with them, every day, without any incidents, no trouble. I forgot about anything else. I didn't need no problem, no possession. Money I could pick up, only went down to pick it up. I didn't care. I didn't care for nothing. Only I got the soup and vodka and the bread they have, the high pumpernickel bread, the homemade. I was happy. One night, one evening, when I went up to the casino to sleep, I looked down, I see a couple goes by, and I know this lady. But I said, what am I doing? So I took something, I went down there, and walked by, and started talking loud Jewish. And at that moment, she turned around, and I recognized her. Her name was Sonia Weissman. She was a friend of my wife's, my Bella's, and a friend of me. We knew from each other from Warsaw. And I said, Sonia, you're alive. How is it? I thought I'm the only Jew left. What happened to Bella? Bella's alive. She's in Bergen-Belsen. Bergen-Belsen? There's a camp in Bergen-Belsen. There's a lot of women saved over there. I woke up myself like from a nightmare. I said, what am I sitting here? I went outside on the highway, and I said, how can I go down to Bergen-Belsen? I can't. No transportation, nothing, everything is closed up. There's a border down there for the Russians.
Did Bergen-Belsen become a DP camp?
Huh?
Did Bergen-Belsen become a DP camp? After the war?
After it was a DP camp. When the English came up, there was a temporary when the Germans moved back from Auschwitz, and it was hid up in that Bergen-Belsen. So I went out there, and I had another guy here. He said, "Look, what are we sitting here? There's still life. It's still our families or something. Let's go." So I went out on the highway. A German goes by, rides by on a bike, and I stopped him with the bike. I said, "Look, I need that bike. I want you to let me have that bike. I'll get you back with her." He was a little bit rough. I was desperate. I was mean. I was dirty. I naked him out. I got him on the floor, and I took the bike. Took the bike and was driving every day. And I started to see that the Germans, they were so scared of the Russians that anything. So I always ride with that guy with me together, and we stopped at it got dark, we stopped at a place, in a small place there, and we see, look up there, who is the Bürgermeister, the head of the town.
The mayor.
And the mayor. And I spoke only Russian loud. And they were saying, "Jawohl, jawohl, 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 haben Sie alle." I became room and bold. And I slept overnight, and the woman came out, cleaned up, she was cleaning away, and we took another ride.
How long did it take you to get to Bergen-Belsen?
Took us about something around 7 days, to ride like this.
And what happened when you got there?
When I got there to Bergen-Belsen, there was a lot of women. Some of them were already, which I could see, there's not much left for them. And some of them kept us in very good shape. Some of them were still healthy, just men. And of course, I came down there, tried to look for my I found out there was some women which they were together with Bella. In fact, I saw them sometime after the war. They came up after the war. But praising how Bella saved their lives sometimes during the time when they had to go hide. Anyway, there was talk. I found out after the war, they came and talking. Some of them didn't want to give her the satisfaction to tell how she was good. So we found out later on because they were jealous. Anyway, that woman told me that Bella is supposed to be there, but she's not there. She went back to Poland. I said, "My goodness, why did she have to go to Poland, back to Poland?" I have given out signals through the radio for this Red Cross. When the Red Cross came over and I was liberated at that time, I gave out signals. My name, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. And Bella picked up the signals at that time in Poland. And she knew already I'm alive. And I had to, how can I get a hold? How can I go to her? And an address from a girl which was supposed to be near the city where the Bella was supposed to be there, and Wismannstadt Lodge. I came down there, found out she was living in a cellar. I came down to the cellar. I was so upset. And I looked at her. I told her that I was told that you know where Bella is. Well, we don't know because there's no sign, there's nothing, we haven't got anything you knew because there's a chaos. The only thing we can tell you how we're going to find it. And I said, "Is this the way you're going to live here, this kind of cellar, after this Holocaust, after this misery?" And I said to her, "Listen, you get out of here. I'll take you out of here. This road is too big. This is not the living in Poland, but the anti-Semitism." I almost forcefully tell her to go out. And she said to me, "You know, the only way you can find Bella is at night when all the girls are meeting. They only have a certain spot they meet at night." And
in what town was that?
Lodge, Wismannstadt. Lodge. So they told me that no, I didn't have any. I was wearing a pair of boots, whole boots, and a jacket, a roll ripped-up jacket with that. I didn't think it, but then I could have a fortune. I could have even Sachsenhausen I buried that time. I told you about it before in the book. And I took a walk that time there at night, and there she was. There she was. And I said to her, look, I don't want to stay this long here for no money. First of all, how I got there is also a problem I had. I had to get a train. The train was going to my father to see my father. I mixed up the train. Then I got anti-Semitism. Yeah, when I went with the Russians, going down there, and they came to a certain spot, they had to turn around, and they let me off. They treated me like a brother. Food and everything, drink and so on. They let me off in a small town. I had to go down to that city, that lodge. So at Poland, the transportation was still good. So when I got off there, I found out there was a couple of Jews. They were organizing to help out some of them survivors. So all I got from them is a soup, partial heavy bread, and I had to go down and get the train. Well, I went down to the station to get a ticket for the train. I found out that the train only goes only once a day, 5 o'clock at night. We go down to that station. So I went the ticket, I went up on the train. Soon the train was about to leave, a Polak comes up with the paper screaming, "The Jews killed the Polish boy!" in a pogrom. They killed one of my brothers, a Jew also at that time. I jumped off the train and I went down to the station to hide again, and I had prepared myself with something there, a cloth. In case they come up again, I will kill. I'm not a killer, but I will kill. So I went up the same night, the next night on the train, the same guy comes up, the same Polak with the newspaper, correction. No, we made a mistake. Not the Jews killed that boy, the Polish neighbor killed that boy. That's the way they've always been doing this before the war, instigating against each other. And I went down to the lodge and like I said, I met that girl there and she told me how to meet Bella.
What was it like when you saw Bella for the first time?
Pardon?
What was it like when you saw Bella for the first time?
Can I describe you myself, to find my life after the war, after such a war? How many people found each other? We made ourselves around that time that we survive, we should find each other. How many people survived here? Anyway.
Where did you go after you found Bella?
After that I found her. I said, no, you can stay here. I have to get out of here. Poland to me, I wanted to go to see my father. Now, the place where my father was left in the bunker. So I left there, there was friends. And the picture, you can see the friends. They knew my Bella before the war. He was...
What was their name?
In that picture. Charlie. There was a family that survived during the war. He was a rich man, he was an importer from the hats, from Germany to Poland. He was one of the biggest, a rich man, very rich man. He was at the wedding. And she was also living in lodge. And she was that time helping out for like a companion to their daughter. Nice, very nice people. Very nice, wonderful people, they both dead. So my thing was to see my father. So I took a train, she was with them together, and yeah. At the same time, when I got her, she took me out for lunch. She was the one having something to do something, was on flea markets, so she made some money. I was without nothing. I was just like I came to Poland like a dummy without nothing. She took me out to lunch in a big place there. There was a lot of people that survived eating lunch. I was sitting there with her having lunch, and across me was sitting a man there, and he kept looking at me. I said, finally, he must have recognized me. He walked up and started walking towards me. Then I recognized him with amputated leg. Yes, I think he was the one which kept me. You saved my life. You saved my life that time. And of course, I never saw him again that time. And he was crying, we both cried and so on. And
Where did you live then,
that
after
was,
you found Bella?
then I said to myself, I have to get out of here. Yeah, I had to go see my father. I told you about it. My father was left in that bunker. I had to leave my wife, Bella, at that time, with the family, the Shoahs, and I took a train going down to Warsaw. I came down to Warsaw, to the place where we lived, and I knew already that time was different kind of versions, but whoever came back from the survivors, and they wanted to get back for the possession of the family and so on, the Polacks killed them, because they didn't want to give away whatever they had robbed away from them. So I knew, so I came down to Warsaw. The ghetto was still there. I mean, what you call the wall was still around there. And I came down.
What kind of a wall was it? Was it
a big cement, blocks, cement with top and wires? You could not just get in. It was impossible to get in. You had certain spaces. Some of them used to be smugglers. How to make certain places how they could smuggle out. As here, one a smuggler used to be. Also about Yindik, maybe you know him. He has another story about him too. Anyway, my wife.
You said you came to Warsaw to look at for the bunker.
Yeah, I came down to Warsaw. I stayed out near the wall there, try to walk there. My tears are coming out, and I see another guy comes along in the Polish uniform, and he moves around there too. So he must be a Jew too, but with a Polak. And of course we both started talking to each other. His father was also there. And we knew right away there was nothing left to find out about my family. I went down to the store. We had a store, it cost only about a half a block away. The building was still there. There were the Biedermans living in that building, and also my family living there. I went down to the store, there was a luncheonette already. And my tears are coming down, and I cannot control myself. And this guy, "Hey, what's the matter with you?" I said, I didn't want to tell who I was. I said, "Look, I have a friend of mine was living here. What happened to him?" "They all got killed. They all got Jews anymore here." I said, I'm Muslim. So I took out the way out. I saw the thing. There was certain hidings they used to make that time. I looked at this here. And I went away from them. I walked on the street, going back to the train to get back to Bella. A woman comes across the street. He comes closer to me and tells me, "Mr. Zylberman, you're alive. You're alive." I said, I recognize that. She was a woman. They had a store, a jewelry store, on the same street, only about a block away. And my father, I used to really help them out. And "I need you." I said, "How did you make it?" She was as a Polish woman. She survived. "How did you?" "I need you." I said, "For what?" "I need a watchmaker. I got the store back and everything I can make." And I looked at her. "You got some nerve to ask me I should stay on this bloody earth here? You give me a whole poem for nothing. I don't want to see it anymore." And I went away. I went down to Bella and I said, "Look, I have to get out of here. We have to get a visa. We have to get out." The only place back can we go. To Israel we couldn't go at that time, because Israel was in jeopardy at that time. With English and things at that time, it was nothing. There was no organization to save some Jews. Every survivor would go to Israel that time. But we didn't have any chance to go. The only chance they had to go to the United States. So I went down to Czechoslovakia. I went down, smuggled myself to Czechoslovakia.
You went with Bella together?
Yeah, with Bella, and I had that girl too, which I sent out from the cellar. And there was another one, I became already, I speak Russian, and I'm not afraid. And I became that time the tough guy. And I came down with them to Czechoslovakia.
What city
Came
did you
down
go
to the border, came down to the border. There was Russians staying the border there. And I came across the thing. I had the 2 girls around there because that time the girl was afraid to go because a lot of them was raping. So it was, you know, the 100 soldiers, you know, after all, this is part of life. And I went down to the Russian and I said, look, I speak Russian. I am not from here. I am living over there. I'm going to go down there on the other side there. And I talked to him, and I got something with me, and I gave him something. And he said, all right, I will let you through, but now the post is going to change. When the post will change, we'll let you through. So that's the way it is. I went right through. The Sudan, goodbye, good luck. I went down there, now, in Czechoslovakia. We had to go someplace, we had to have transportation. It was like a horse and a carriage. That trip was the nicest trip that time. Bella and me, we was driving that 3 horses to a certain place, another place to get to Germany. And from Germany we got a train to
Did you go legally from Czechoslovakia to Germany through?
Yeah.
You didn't have to get smuggled?
No. We went through right down there. We went down to the ambassador. We were going to go to the American ambassador. And we went down. There was a woman, I remember, Miss Levine.
What city was that?
Mrs. Levine. She wasn't the ambassador. I came after
What
her.
city?
München, I don't remember exactly. Either München or... I went down there to the ambassador and I told him, I said, look, I am here. I have my wife, my fiance's alive, and I'm happy right now, and I'm going to get out of here. I got to go to the United States. How? How can you go? I said, look, I haven't got any money to pay DC, but the UNRWA and the Jewish organization will help me out. They put money in. And I said, look, I'm not going to be a burden to the United States. I wouldn't have to worry about this here. I'm a profession, my profession is good, it's going to be all right. It didn't take long, and if I don't get it, I'll commit suicide right here. I have to get out of Europe. I don't want to see it anymore.
When was this? What month was this?
That was May. Also May. May was my... June I came already here. I was June already here. June the 24th. This is the month. Is the when I came to the United States.
And what year was that?
1946. I had to get married. I was in Germany that time. I was in Stuttgart, and there was my wedding. How I made the wedding that time.
What was the date of your wedding?
Huh?
What was the date of your wedding?
February the 19th. See, I still remember dates. 1946.
And you lived in Stuttgart after you got married?
I was living in Stuttgart there. Stuttgart was the marriage, and then at that time I went after the thing, they make me wait to get the visa. After I get the visa, my brother, I knew he's alive. I don't know for sure, but I felt my brother's alive. When I got the ship from Bremerhaven, no, not Bremerhaven. Anyway, I got the ship, Marine Purge, I still remember the name of the ship. And I went on the ship that time. My brother got back from Russia, and he got back to Poland, and he found out, he went to Stuttgart, he found out from that Yankelevich, that's my friend, that my brother, Jerry, don't touch Jerry.
Okay, this is the end of tape 5.